Going on, guys? It's Eric. Want to do a quick video. It's been a while. Hope everyone's doing good. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but there must have been some reason why I was thinking about this. So before I forget, first off, I'm waiting for the truck to warm up, so I figured I'd do a quick video. But so a couple of things that I learned over the course of probably been about, 15 years of having employees, dealing with people over the years. So something that I learned about my first employee that I ever hired is I've discovered that, hiring somebody, you're not hiring someone to be with you forever. So you're just hiring someone to help you out, and then they might not work out. Don't put a huge, also learn not to judge myself or other people for who they hire, because some people are just really good at doing an interview, or, they might just be really bad at conducting an interview. So someone, so the person that's doing the interviewing, the boss, quote unquote, the boss, they might be good at their job at interviewing, or they might be bad. And then the person that's taking the interview might be the biggest bullshitter ever. So you just never know what you're going to get. So I guess they say be quick to hire and even quicker to fire. And I'd agree with that. But I don't really fire, somebody, I agree with that, but I'm not the best at it, at doing the quick to fire thing, because I'm way too, I don't know, I'm a really nice person, way too nice to people, and sometimes that's not good, but anyways, or sometimes I tend to get taken advantage of. But so what I wanted to say is that, so I learned that when I, from that, those are a couple things that I learned from hiring my first employee. And then I also learned that just to meet someone where they're at. A lot of times people will say that they're really struggling with hiring people. They don't have enough help, not necessarily trucking, but just it's across the board. It's a huge issue is finding help and hiring help. And I feel like what I do is I just meet people where they're at, and then I figure out what they can do, and then maybe I'll have them do that. I'm not hung up on that they're not perfect, because that's not what I'm not looking for someone that's perfect. Everybody has flaws. So I don't put myself up on such a pedestal that I demand so much out of someone else that I'm not willing to give myself. So so that's just something there. But to give you an example, the first guy that I hired when I did lawn care, he actually owns his own lawn care company now, so that's really cool. Good for him. But he was a kid who was like 17 or 18, and to this day, he's still, I don't know, he's a lot better, but he just wasn't very good, he would just crazy things would always happen. Like he was really good at working hard. Like if you give him a shovel and you just say, hey, go dig this hole, don't stop digging this hole till I tell you to stop. But like this sounds really bad, but like if I wanted him to run a crew, or if I wanted him to do something like to step up to the next level, it wasn't going to happen. A lot of that was because he was like 17, 18, which there are a lot of capable 17 and 18-year-olds, but this particular person was not very capable. And I let him go, and I remember I was so excited to let him go because he was just a problem for me and my business. And then I hired the next guy, and it was like he wasn't very good either. So the point of the story is that just because you get rid of a problem doesn't mean you're not gaining another one. And sometimes it's good just to know what problems you have and just work around them. So I learned quick that there's just take advantage of what he was really good at labor. So that just have him do labor and then accept his faults. And this is controversial. I mean, I'm sure that, some people would really disagree. But I'm just saying, don't have super huge expectations going into anything, and then just kind of work with where they're at. If you can, if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it doesn't make sense. If you're losing money because the guy's wrecking stuff. But I'm saying, don't let the guy get on a lawnmower and wreck something. Just give him a shovel and keep on doing that. And then sometimes that's not possible. Then you gotta let somebody go. Like for me, I run trucks. If someone keeps on breaking trucks and it's not profitable, well, that's a problem. So that they obviously then they gotta go. But if that's not their problem, maybe their problem is that they need a flexible schedule. And 95% of the stuff, it's a pain in the butt that they need a flexible schedule. But just because it's a pain in the butt doesn't mean that I'm not willing to work it out to figure out how they can win as a driver and I can win as an owner of a trucking company. Maybe I have whatever. I hope you get what I'm saying. And then firing, and then something that I learned about firing my first and my second, I think he was probably my second employee, this is both in the lawn business, was sometimes you can be right about the situation all day long. This is my second employee that I remember anyways. And you can be justified in firing somebody, but I don't know if necessarily you should fire someone just because you're justified in spite that they deserve to be fired. A lot of other things come into play, like this guy that I fired, he was basically, on principle, I couldn't trust him anymore because he was supposed to be plowing, and instead of plowing, he was screwing her off doing something else. So at the time, I basically said, well, I'm sorry, but I can't hire you. I can't. And I've been working with this guy for quite a while. It was under a year, but for the lawn business, it was quite a while. It was I hired him in the spring, and he was plowing snow in the winter. And I remember one of the problems with the business that I had at the time was I had way too much snow work and not enough help. So letting him go was like, it wasn't good for me. And sometimes, now that I look back at it, I think, maybe I should have just told him we can't accept this, give him a warning, and then let him do it the next time. And I bet you that I wonder almost if by me doing what I did, he learned the lesson where that's not okay to do. Like maybe he learned a character lesson, and then I learned, well, that sucked because now I don't have, because he was actually good at plowing, and he was actually good, and he was an extra person. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but maybe you get what I mean. But the main thing is that as an entrepreneur, or as an aspiring entrepreneur, everybody, you kind of have a lot of us are dysfunctional in some way, and we kind of like, I mean, I don't need the attention, and I don't want to be like really even the boss. Like, I'd rather much have somebody else do that, like have a manager. I don't get a high from telling people what to do. I actually don't really enjoy it, but you know, I'm in it for basically the money, and I guess because I don't like being told what to do in a way. So, but that being said, you got to basically meet people where they're at, and I feel like I'm just rambling now, but for you guys that have been in business for a while, or if you have any idea or thoughts, just give me some comments. If you guys are watching this video, if you're watching this video to the end and you are not subscribed to my channel, I think you should subscribe. I think that would be good. So also don't forget to like the video as well. Thanks.